Hey guys, how's it going? This is Keith here. I wanted to go over a simple bounce play strategy that we use here. Basically, how it works is you get a big pop on the daily chart, like you can see here on DSS, and then you kind of just throw it on a watch list and keep an eye on it for the next couple of days. And as you can see here with DSS, we had a big pop, and then the next day we had a pullback right to the 9 EMA here. And then also on the third day, it slowly just also held the 9 EMA. But you can see a clear shift in momentum here using the 9 EMA on the daily chart. You can see that it's holding below it. It tried to reclaim here this day, but it failed. Tried to reclaim this day, failed. So then it just continued to downtrend, and it really took off to the downside right here. And then you can see how it kind of just chopped around this 9 EMA here. But you can see that once we popped up through the 9 with volume and with an increase in price, we came back at that point and reclaimed this level. This is what you call a reclaim. When we talk about reclaims all the time here on this channel, it's a bullish indication that the stock is going to go higher. And we use this reclaim as an indication on all time frames. They can indicate shift in momentum and a trend change. Anyway, so we had DSS on our watch list over here. We posted that last night. We posted that in our chat room. We posted that on our Twitter, that DSS is going to be on our watch just because it's looking really bullish. It reclaimed and it's bouncing now, holding the 9 EMA. So coming into the day, the lines that we had plotted were yesterday's high, and then 2 days ago high, 3 days ago closing price, and then 3 days ago high. Okay, so coming into the day, this is the information that we saw here on the shorter time frames. This is the daily up here, and this is the 5 minute right here. And you can see that when you look here on the shorter time frames, that there is a clear space right here. This space between resistance. So between 47 and 55, you can see there's a clear spot of no resistance there. And then once we cleared over 56, there's no resistance until the 68s. So that's why we had it on watch, because the opportunity for reward is very high. As long as we can find a nice tight spot to risk from. So the stock was on our watch. And you can see here how right out the gates here, it actually tried to come up and break that level, but got rejected. It tried to break that 47 level and got rejected there. You can also see here that it was also extended from the 15-minute chart. So you can see that between the 9 EMA and the 15-minute chart and this opening candle, you can see a big space and gap in space here, which means the stock is extended on the 15-minute chart here. The 5 minute was also pretty extended. You can see if we zoom in really close, you can see that there was definitely a gap between the candle and that 9 EMA there. Sorry about my allergies, they're really bad right now. Yeah, you can see that there's it bumped its head right on that level perfectly. And so keeping in mind that the daily chart is due for a bounce off the 9 EMA, and there's a clear shift in momentum and that the stock is looking bullish, we wanted to see how the stock would react to that level and see if we can get a trigger on it. So you can see here that actually later on, and just maybe about an hour later, that the stock actually, once it broke that 47.50 level, which is the high day, also this 47 level, it went right to the next level above immediately. And that's really cool to see. So basically, this is the exact thesis that we were looking at and why we had it on our watch list, okay? Because we knew that the stock could possibly break. And also there's this 50 level here, which adds to the momentum if that breaks too. When you're looking at resistance levels, you're looking to see how the stock reacts around those levels. If it's going to break that level or if it's going to stuff at that level. Stuffing means it's going to hit that level and pull back. So you can see here 50 acted as a catalyst to break, to go even higher. It didn't stuff there. So that's something we love to see when we're watching stocks for breakouts. But your risk would have only been about the low of this candle here. So you've been risking about maybe 2 cents or so So you had a nice little pop there. Immediately you're up 2R. And then actually you're up 3R within 5 minutes. I mean, you can't really complain about that. That's a very nice trade. And you can see that your target got hit. And if you chose to sell most of it there at the 54s and the 56s, then you're up 4R. Now, if you chose to, what you could have done is you could have held some to see how it reacted around these levels here. Now, because you know that if it breaks these levels, then it's going to go to the 68s. So that's an option that you can give yourself too, is if you know where your levels are at, then you can basically decide what you want to do with your remaining shares, because you can say, well, it's looking pretty strong. I think that if it breaks this level here, it's probably going to go to the next level. So I'm going to hold some shares and see if I can get even more profits out of it, which when you have your lines lined up, it's not really greedy because you know exactly what the stock should do. Or you could, the risk in that is that if you hold some shares, then what happens is that if it breaks this, say it doesn't go any higher, and then now you're having to sell break even. Or you could have said, okay, look at the 56s and the 55s were my target. I'm just going to sell all of it there for 3R, lock it in, and be happy. So there's no right or wrong way to take profits when you're trading. It's all intuitive, and it's all what makes sense in your head. And I see a lot of drama on Twitter about people saying their way is the best way and this and that. But in reality, there's multiple ways to trade, and you have to find what makes sense to you. And for me personally, I love trading this way. So you can see that once we actually cleared these levels, you can see here a nice pop came in, and now we're above the levels. And you can see that pretty clearly that we've actually made it above the levels. And you can see here on the smaller time frames, you can see that we had a nice pop, and then we had a nice slow pullback right into our levels here. You can see on the 15-minute chart, very nice bullish looking pattern here. 2 green bars and then 3 pullback bars of red for the next leg up. And this is somewhat of a pattern, a flag pattern of sorts. Not really something that I like to trade, but you can see that you could have got in on a bounce here on these levels, because these levels, when you have a solid support and resistance system, then you have much more confidence in your system, and you have a lot of conviction. And so you could have got in on a dip here, re-added the shares you maybe sold in anticipation for a test of this level up here. And it's really cool to see, because the stock literally just went up and closed all of our levels that we were looking at, and gave us a really nice signal. But yeah, guys, so that's the video. I just wanted to go over that really nice trigger on DSS that we had on watch list from last night, and something that just wanted to go over with you and just show you how what to look for in daily charts here, and how to trade that, and what I was looking at. And yeah, so anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. That's going to wrap it up. Just a quick short one, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.